watching the three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week.
Welcome to the stage for the New Hampshire State Championship. We're at Keene State at the Spaulding Gymnasium, otherwise known as the Owl's Nest, for tonight's girls' state title game between the 2-seed Hopkinton Hawks and the 4-seed Kearsarge Cougars. What a sight it is to see two local Interstate 89 Lakes Region friendly rivals here fighting for the chance to be crowned champions. On the one side, you've got Kearsarge, the on-paper underdog, coached by Ed Tenney, trudging their way through the playoffs with a statement victory after statement victory, opening the tournament against the 13-seed Fall Mountain and moving on to beat their rival, number 5 Guilford, in the quarterfinal. Ava Shapiro, she's had a playoff run to remember. She scored a single-game season high in round 1, putting up 16 points. Then in the second round, she outdid herself again, scoring 17. And there's always Tessa Marinello. After her 21-point performance in the semifinals, there is no doubt she is the best big forward in the state for Division III players. And in the semifinal, Kearsarge Cougars triumphed against the number 1 seed in the tournament, St. Thomas. A 52-44 win over the Saints can't be overlooked as the most impressive win throughout the entire tournament for any team. The Cougars never trailed against the Saints, holding the win from whistle to whistle. And then there's the Hopkinton Hawks, the 2-seed in the tournament. They pulled through more adversity than any other team in the state. Battle-hardened and bruised for it, the Hawks have been injury-plagued all season long. Keegan St. Cyr went down halfway through the season, has been out ever since. At the time, she was the Hawks' leading scorer, and it was a wonder if they would be able to keep on a playoff pace without her. And my oh my, have they done more than anyone expected. Shaylee Murdo has been a dog for this team, a true leader. Pulling the Hawks through all the adversity, all the injuries, she's been the constant key to victory. And even Ed Tenney said, the Kearsarge head coach, said that she's a top 3 player in this state, undoubtedly. In the semifinal, Shaylee Murdo had the best game of her career, scoring a career-high 23 points against number 2 Winnisquam. Get ready for a night to remember. A champion will be crowned. It's all on the line, and we've got tip-off right after this.
NCTV programs are underwritten in part by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, Propane, and Motor Fuels, with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997, and much further back as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. LaValle Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at LaValle Building Supply. Barton Insurance Agency provides local access to all your business and personal insurance needs, from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Baba's award-winning chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Baba's Bar and Grill. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, and Sunshine region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. Main Street Bookends in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts. With a gallery showcasing local arts and artists, Main Street Bookends in Warner. And North Cape Design Build. Thank all our underwriters for making your local programming possible on NCTV.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's state championship game. It's NHIAA Division III action between number 4 Kearsarge and number 2 Hopkinton. Hopkinton beat Kearsarge twice in the regular season. You know the sports cliche, just like everyone. It's hard to beat the same team 3 times. Let's see if Kearsarge can pull off the win tonight for the first state championship in over 20 years. Now it's time for the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. welcome to Spaulding Gymnasium on the campus of Keene State College for tonight's NHIAA Division III Girls Basketball State Championship game featuring the Cougars of Kearsarge Regional High School and the Hawks of Hopkinton High School. Time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. For Kearsarge, number 3, O.C. Ill. For Hopkinton, number 3, Shaylee Murdoch. For Kearsarge, number 10, Ava Shapiro. For Hopkinton, number 5, Paige Bodette. For Kearsarge, number 20, Miranda Anderson. For Hopkinton, number 12, Zoe Bishop. For Kearsarge, number 21, Tessa Marinello. For Hopkinton, number 21, Helen Yetton. For Kearsarge, number 22, Adara Boucher. And for Hopkinton, number 35, Sydney Westover. The Cougars are coached by Ed Tenney. He is assisted by Darren Huff, Melinda Lauro, and Steve LeBoy Picallo. The Hawks are coached by Mike Mahoney. He is assisted by Ken Murdoch. The officials for tonight's game are Bruce Mason, Kevin Ames, and Kevin Samprini. At this time, we'd ask if you'd all please rise in fable and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Championship game between Hopkinton and Kearsarge.
Thank you for coming out to tonight's championship
in the spirit of high school. History lesson, shall we? The last time Kearsarge won a state title was in 2002. They won the Class I state championship, as well as in 1998, winning the same state title for the same Class I. Both of those times, the team was coached by Ed Tenney. He coached and took a break after 2002, or 2008, I should say, for quite some time. Almost 15 years, and then came back with one goal in mind, getting back to this very game, the state championship, and hopefully winning it again for the Cougars, raising a banner for the first time in over 20 years. For the Hawks, it's also been over 2 decades. Their last state title came in 2003. Head coach Kurt Martin was the skipper of that squad. The Hawks also won in 2001 with Dave Chase, and in 1979 with Beth Johnson. They came close in 2018, the runner-up that year. But this year I think they've got all the pieces. Even despite the injuries, they've shown that they've got the heart for this one. Marinello wins the opening tip. However, Kearsarge on the attack first. Grant Anderson drives in, floats one over the basket. It's brought down, but there is a foul on the play. And I believe it's going to be Adair Boucher. So the Hawks now about to start their first possession. Zoe Bishop inbounds to Shaylee Murdo. Murdo crosses freely over half court. Kearsarge missing one of their starters, Jada Kendrigan, who is having a great round 1 and 2 of the playoffs. And much like we saw in the semifinal against State Thomas, Kearsarge will have this starting five out there almost all night long. The Hawks eyeing that first basket up. Right now, Paige Burdett with the ball. She'll pass it over to Helen Eaton. Back over to Burdett. Their corner long, 2 jumper thrown up. Offensive rebound gathered, couldn't be put home. And Marinello brings it down for Kearsarge. 45 seconds gone by. Each team with a shot to their name, but no points yet. OCO now for the Cougars. Over to Boucher. She gives it back. Hill with a deep 3 from college range. It's off the back of the rim and out. State championships here in New Hampshire usually played in the college gym, and yes, there is a difference. College gyms are about 10 feet longer than a high school gym. Same width, but the college does have a deeper three-point line. Of course, the high schoolers don't need to use that. However, you might notice that the court is darker inside the entire college range beyond the arc, and that might mess with some players. They might feel like they need to pull the trigger from 2 feet farther than they're used to. Here's Murdo with a behind-the-spine dribble, puts up the jumper, and it's good. Opens the scoring with a flashy handle in a long 2. The Hawks strike first, and they're running the full court press. St. Thomas tried this, and Kearsarge navigated it very similarly. It's going to remain a Kearsarge ball here. Marinello had that layup stripped from her, and it's out of bounds over the baseline. Boucher inbounds, Marinello gets it, skips it back to Shapiro. She makes her way inside the arc, kicks it out to Ill. Back inside the paint, now it's Boucher. Pulling up from the far post. It's off the rim, off the glass and out. I believe there's got to be a foul on this play, or maybe just out of bounds. Boucher crashed awfully hard into Sydney Westover, but they call it clean. Shaylee Murdo averaging 18 points per game in this Hawks playoff run. She'll bounce one over. Ellen Eaton puts it up. Westover gets the offensive board. Westover gets another one. She draws out the foul on the third chance shot. Sydney Westover heads to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul was on Tessa Marinello, her first of the game.
Foul number 21, Tessa Marinello, first, team second.
Westover lines up the first of 2. It's in the air, off the back of the rim. No good. Sydney Westover, the lockdown defender for these Hawks. Averages almost 9 points per game, but it is her defense that is going to shock you tonight. She drains that second of 2 free throws, and a timeout is taken. And Tenney calls for 30 seconds here to come up with a new game plan for the Cougars. Unable to strike on their first 2 attacks. ICN would like to thank our lineup of sponsors for their great support: Echo Communications, HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, Barton Insurance Agency, Valley Middleton Building Supply, Bubba's Bar and Grill, and additional support from North Cape Design Build. And you can watch our Yankee Chronicle, the Who, What, Where, and When show of the Lake Sunapee region and the entire Kearsarge Valley. A new show premieres every Thursday and Friday at noon and 7 p.m. Back out onto the court from the Hawks and the Cougars, and we are ready to pick things back up here. See what head coach Ed Tenney has crafted up here. Trying to get the Kearsarge offense moving well. Osiel inside, Marinello off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, second chance, doesn't fall. Westover and Marinello both tie up, and the jump ball is called. Cougars with possession first for the jump. Nice job there by Marinello avoiding the foul to wrap up possession with Westover and get the Cougars another chance. Shapiro inbounds to Marinello, and now it's Anderson. Cougars almost missed that pass to Shapiro, but they've still got it alive. Boucher puts up the jumper off the back of the rim and out. You can can see there's still some nerves in this game for the Cougars on the big stage. All the shots so far just off the mark from every range. It's tough to build the confidence in the state's biggest game. On the other end, the Hawks drain it. Zoe Bishop finds her first basket, and it's 5-0 Hopkinton. Osceola, the corner three, hits it. And that injects some life into the Cougars. That first shot, always a tough one to get in a big game. It makes you feel like you belong here. Osceola finally gets the job done. Nice pass here by the Hawks. They work it inside. And they draw out the foul. Unsuccessful on the layup. And got Shapiro here. That sends Shaylee Murdo to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Coming off a career-high game, Murdo puts up the first, rolls out the rim, the glass, and flushes through the net. 23 points in the semifinal versus Winnisquam. She makes both free throws here, has 4 points already. Hopkinton leads 7-3. Shapiro up to Anderson. She gives it right back. Look at the way the Hopkinton Hawks pressure Kearsarge on the perimeter. They make it so difficult for this team that loves to shoot threes. But the Cougars work it inside, and Boucher finds her first basket, and it cuts it down to a one-possession game. Murdo calls the play. Bishop comes up to receive the pass. And now it's Westover near the far side. Paige Burdett with it here, over to Helen Eaton. Eaton surveys for an option. None of the Hawks go inside. Osceola nearly picks the pocket. And now it's Murdo wheeling all the way around the far side. And it's going to be a Cougar ball coming out from the baseline. Hopkinton made it to the state championship under a first-year head coach. Mike Mahoney taking over from the legendary Pat Roy. As Osceola, the off-target three, gives the Hawks the ball back. What a feat it is, making it here to the state championship with a young team. The Hawks graduated 8 seniors last year. Now they're on the state's biggest stage. Here's Burdett, straightaway tray, off the glass and in. That's from college range, Full Waters to high schoolers, but just another day for Paige Burdett. Long triple. Now Marinello goes inside the paint, off the front of the rim. Westover brings it down. 10-5 Hopkinton. And now Murdo straight away. Waits for the offense to get set. Shapiro giving her all the space right now. Challenging Murdo to make a move. Pass over to Eaton now. They've got it back out to Bishop. Zoe Bishop blocked by Marinello. What a swat for 21 in blue. Now the Cougars on the attack. Shapiro in the near side corner to the block to Marinello. I believe they've drawn out a foul here from Shaylee Murdo. That is the case. Kearsarge is going to do that a lot tonight. I know Murdo might be the best defender in the entire state. They're going to challenge her in close to the basket. Anytime she goes up for a block, maybe even just try and put that shooter's arm right in the path. Cougars unsuccessful on the inbound. Boucher goes down to the floor with it. It's a jump ball, and it will be Hopkinton's. 2:51 to play in the first quarter. We play 8-minute quarters here in high school. For those unfamiliar, there's no shot clock. 10-5 Hopkinton right now. They pass it back to Bishop. Far side corner, they swing it to Burdett. She looks for an option. Eaton's on the high post. It's swatted out of bounds. Hopkinton will hold on to it. Zoe Bishop breaks the inbound play, finds Westover in tight. Now Burdett has it. Paige Burdett hit that long three-pointer from straight away. Kearsarge has to be really careful anytime she's got space beyond the arc. Here's Murdo wheeling around the far side again, spinning. Bounce pass over, Westover couldn't finish it. Marinello chasing after the rebound, but it's gonna be Eaton who comes away with it. She'll skip it over now to Boudette. Surveys for an option. Starts the handle, guarded here by Anderson. Boudette works her way in, skips it across the paint. Bishop up with the jumper, and it's in. 12-5 Hopkinton. And Ed Tenney takes a full timeout. The offense had started to click, but now some defensive woes for Kearsarge. That's the game they've got to figure out, and they've got minutes to do so. One of our underwriters today is Bubba's Bar and Grill, located on Newberry Harbor. Bubba's Bar and Grill has over 16 years of providing hungry patrons with high-quality food and friendly service. Their mission is to deliver a remarkable experience to every guest. And HR Clough Kearsarge Heating has full-service offerings of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. You can also check out their Muddy Paws Pet Wash and Auto Bath Car Wash.
Success.
There's a minute and 53 left here in the first quarter. The momentum has been all Hopkinton's. And right now, their entire offense is clicking. Shaylee Murdo's got 4 points. Same with Zoe Bishop. 2 nice jumpers off the glass and in. Paige Boudette hit that long three-pointer, and Sydney Westover scored 1 from the free throw line. As for the Cougars, Osceola hit a nice near side corner 3, and Dara Boucher banked in a nice basket. So far, though, the offense for Kearsarge, they've had the chances, they just haven't connected. I'm sure everyone out there right now is playing with a heart rate a little bit higher than they're all used to. Those nerves, though, have to settle in a hurry. Almost through the first quarter, under 2 minutes to play in it. See if Kearsarge's sharpshooters can start to get going. Ava Shapiro with the ball now, yet to have a point. Weaves her way in, kicks it out to Ilg. Ilg wraps around back to center. The pass over to Shapiro. Paige Boudette right in her face. Inside, Marinello off the glass and in. Tessa Marinello finds her first. She's the Cougars' leading scorer, averages 19 points per game. Third highest scorer in the state for Division III. She's got the monkey off her back. On the other end, Murdo runs into a screen. No foul. Excellent footwork there by Ilg, but the Hawks still have it alive. Bishop looking for a pass, gets it out to Murdo. She starts the handle, weaves her way in, runs into another screen. Cougar defense clogging all of the paths there. Excellent job to set their feet, not foul on those plays. And Shaylee Murdo running to contact a couple of times. Now on the other end, the Cougars on the attack. Shapiro slings it all the way across. Osceola continues it over to Boucher. She lost the handle and had to turn it with it. Naima Wilson, who just checked into the game, gets her first touches. 40 seconds left in the first. Shapiro drives off the glass, left it short. Westover comes down a bit for Hopkinton. And Murdo crosses half court with 30 seconds to play here in the first. Hopkinton trying for that final shot. Murdo skips it across the paint. Boudette has it here. She'll move to space. Zoe Bishop puts up the jumper. It's off the rim, but Murdo gathers it. The reverse layup, no good, off the back of the rim. Wilson chasing after it, but it's out of bounds over the sideline. It will be a Kearsarge ball coming out. And into the game for the Hawks, Avery Chase, as well as Charlotte Tinuvasa, each entering for the first time. Avery Chase, one of those players who can be pretty slow to get going, averages only 3.6 points per game. But if she heats up, she can really heat up. She's got a single game season high of 16, and that's the story for a lot of this Hopkinton squad. As the Cougars can't connect on the pass down low to Marinello, I believe Marinello probably thought that Boucher was shooting that. She had her back turned to the pass right as Boucher let it go. Only 5 seconds left. Murdo in a hurry across half court. 1 second to shoot. She pulls up from half court. Barely makes it, but it stays out. And after one, the score, Hopkinton 12, Kearsarge 7. We'll be right back with the segment. Stay tuned.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Martin Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Innertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
Welcome back, everyone. About to start the second quarter here. Kearsarge trailing Hopkinton. The score: Hopkinton 12, Kearsarge 7. One thing Hopkinton has done so well this season, they've met Kearsarge twice. They've defended Tessa Marinello better than any team in the state, keeping Marinello to under 10 points in both meetings. Right now, Marinello with just one basket to her name, despite having 4 shots. Sydney Westover just guards the paint as perfectly as you could possibly hope for. New Hampshire D3 hoop. Shapiro's got it now for Kearsarge. She pulls up for a triple. That's off the back of the rim, and Westover comes down with another rebound. Murdo far up the court to Avery Chase. She goes down. Shapiro gets the steal. Now Tessa Marinello drives in, fires one over to Naima Wilson. She'll skip it over to Boucher. Passes it out to Shapiro. The offense slows down a bit. Osiog on the near side. Spin, guarded well by Liz Holmes. Liz Holmes went down hard in the semifinal. Has a knee sprain right now, but she's hobbling through it. Shapiro puts up the turnaround jumper. Westover gets it. There's a foul on the play. Let's see who it's on. I believe it may be on Naima Wilson here for the Cougars. Push from behind, going after the rebound.
Kearsarge foul, number 5, Naima Wilson.
23 in white, you might notice she is hobbling out there with that knee brace. First time this season she's had it on. She had to exit the semifinal game against Winnisquam, was on crutches on the bench for the remainder of the way, but is determined to play here in this state title game. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. For a lot of these seniors too, this is going to be the last competitive basketball game of their careers. Sydney Westover has it here. Kicks it out. Liz Holmes now driving, pulling up, passing inside to Westover. She'll turn and fire it across. Avery Chase, the close range jumper, no good. And the Cougars rebound. Naima Wilson gets that one back. O.C. Ilg fires one down low. Marinello puts up the shot, and it's long over the hoop. Let's get it back. Another defensive stop for them. Shaylee Murdo from college range again, left that one short. Wilson crashes after it, rolls on the floor, but she comes up with it. Bounce pass ahead to Shapiro. Over to Tessa Marinello, inside, Boucher off the glass. Just left it on the short side, and Westover reels in another rebound. Murdo taking her time. And now Westover. The screens come through for the Hawks. Tanurasa passes down low. Liz Holmes from the high post, the jumper, no good. Tanuvasa rebounds and draws out the foul from Wilson. Just like Wilson's first foul, it's going to be a push from behind on the rebound. Miranda Anderson checks back into the game. Shea gets a rest, and Liz Holmes, after her first shift, makes her way back to the bench as well. Boudet breaking the play on the baseline, skips one inside. Westover off the glass, it's no good. Boudet gets the rebound, though. The Hawks attack still alive. Sheepdog toward the sideline, but she escapes. Boudet still handling it here. All the way across the horse, she's wheeled around everything, and now Westover has it. Lost it in the paint, ball on the floor. Westover tries to skip it back to a teammate. OCO chases after it and gets it. It'll be a backcourt violation before she does. Cougars ball either way. In the Kearsarge semifinal against St. Thomas, where they upset the #1 seeded Saints, the story of that game was all about rebounds. Miranda Anderson and Dara Boucher playing maximum effort basketball, and you could tell after every single whistle, just huffing and puffing as hard as they could, leaving everything they had out there, crashing after every available board. Now it's another Kearsarge timeout here as they try and chisel their way back into this game. Still no points scored yet in the second quarter. It's still Hopkinton 12, Kearsarge 7. Barton Insurance Agency supports you and your community. Ben says one size fits all just does not apply to insurance, which is why every client of Barton Insurance Agency gets their individual attention. And additional support for the game of the week is being provided in part by North Cape Design Build. And if you love our local coverage and you or your business would like to support it, you can find all of our contact info at ycnnow.com. Right now for the Hawks, same story as the first quarter. The offense clicking from everywhere. Westover has 1 point, just a free throw. Shaylee Murdo and Zoe Bishop each have 4. And Paige Burdett had a nice three-pointer that's opened up some more space down low. For the Cougars, Osceola hit the lone 3, and she leads the team in scoring with Tessa Marinello and Dara Boucher, each with a pair of points to their name. Both of these teams with championship caliber defenses. Boucher puts up the shot. Marinello gets it. Second chance, no good. Marinello still without a basket in this one. The ball in the near side corner. The Hawks chase after it. Coach Mike Mahoney forced to burn the timeout just to keep possession. It's a good call. He'll take a 30-second timeout to talk things over with the Hawks. No game plans being drawn up here, just a little bit of hype the coaches are trying to inject into their players. 4:45 to play here in the first half. The Hawks holding the same lead they held after the first quarter. Each of the defenses have been perfect. Kearsarge may be outnumbering Hopkinton in chances so far in this second quarter, but none of them have come through yet.
From the care you need. Find a clinic at convenient.
The Hawks back out on the court. Cougars as well. Kearsarge, just like we saw in the semifinal, probably not going to full court press at all this game, playing man-to-man defense as well much of the way. It is all about conserving energy for them. Their starting 5 are going to be out there for 95% of this game. The Hawks work it nicely inside. Westover puts up the chance off the back of the rim. Marinello fights hard for it and comes down with it. Now Anderson pulls back. The offense slows down. Shapiro calls the play. Pass over. Marinello. Now Boucher on the free throw line. Over to Shapiro. Wheels her way around. Puts up the jumper. It's off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Anderson. Now Boucher with it. That kick out to Shapiro and across to O.C. Ilg. Ilg launches another 3. Rattles around the rim, but it's out. Marinello keeps it alive for the Cougars offense. And she'll hook it back to Shapiro. Same jumper, same spot, and this time a different story. As Ava Shapiro finds her first basket. Back to a one-possession game. Only 3 points separating Hawks and Cougars now. It's 12-9 as the second quarter scoring has finally been opened. Murdo with it in the paint. Hard contact. She goes down with a loud thud. And she'll head over to the free throw line. Fouls on Boucher. It's her second of the game. In her first trip, Shaylee Murdo made both free throws.
Kearsarge foul for 22, Adara Boucher.
Perfect on the day. She'll try and keep the trend going. Her first one left it short.
At the line, Shaylee Murdo.
Zoe Bishop back into this one. Charlotte Kenuvasa heading over to the sideline for a rest. Murdo's second off the back of the rim that time. Short on the first, long on the second, but Murdo gets her own rebound. Fires it inside the paint. The Hawks keep the offense alive. Bishop with it. The kick out to Murdo. Murdo with some nice handles. Anderson sticking with her like glue. Now Murdo, near side corner 3. Air ball that's short. Westover's there. High off the glass, and Marinello comes down with it. The Cougars in fast break fashion. Shapiro all alone. Swatted by Murdo, but there's a foul on the play. Just kept a pair of points off the board, but Shapiro will have a trip to the free throw line here to try and get him back.
Hopkinton foul for 3. Shaylee Murdo first. Becker second.
That's Murdo's second foul of the game. 3:16 to play in the half. Shapiro's first is in the air. Rolls all the way around. It took a full tour of the rim, but it decided it didn't want to live in the net. Rumbling of the Hawk student section. Maybe gets in the ears of Shapiro, but Marinello blocks out the noise and finally finds her first basket. Pardon me, that's Marinello's second. She's got 4 in this one. It's a 1-point game now. Kearsarge with all the scoring in this quarter. 12-11. Now the Hawks trying to respond. Brudette moves around to the far side. Shapiro sticks with her and sticks with her still. Brudette can't break free from the defense on the baseline. Fires a pass toward the high post. On the floor they wrestle with it. Jump ball called. It will be Hopkinton hanging on to possession here. Emma Wilson back in the game for the Cougars. Boucher over to the bench for a rest. It's a brief chat from head coach Ed Tenney before sitting down. Nothing but a job well done, I'm sure, is what Tenney was telling her. That was a great shift from Boucher in her last time on the court. Zoe Bishop defended by Wilson. They call a foul here. Not sure if it's going to be on Wilson or Shapiro, and it is on Shapiro. Her second of the game. Called for the reach.
Cougars foul number 10, Ava Shapiro, her second. That'll be the team's fourth.
Hawks inbound to the backcourt. Shane Murdo takes it up. Murdo skips it over to Paige Brudette. Now on the far side. They pass it over. Westover on the high post. Pivots. Marinello sticks with her. Brudette drives, floats it up, rolls out the rim, and it's out. And it's going to be Hopkinton ball here. I believe O.C. Ill got the last touch on that one. 2:15 to play in the first half. It's a 1-point game. Could you ask for anything better than this? Ellen Heaton got the inbound pass, but calls for the travel. And it's a free defensive stop for Kearsarge. Back into the game. Liz Holmes hobbles her way out there with a ton of confidence. One of the leaders on this team, and you can tell why. Has a significant sprain on that right knee. Playing through it like a player in the Stanley Cup. Shapiro beyond the arc, drains a triple. She leads the Cougars in scoring with 5, and Kearsarge has their first lead of the night, 14-12. Holmes works her way in off the rim. She gets her own rebound. She'll try and skip it back. Murdo chases after it in the nick of time. She gets there before it runs over the sideline. Westover loses the handle. Shapiro fights for the steal and comes up with it. Pass broken up near the paint. Kearsarge hang on with 1:33 left to play in the first half. O.C. breaks the play. Inbound short to Marinello. She's tied up briefly. Passes out to Wilson from the high post. Skips it down. Anderson back to Marinello. She drives in. Goes up with it. Foul call. Is this on Murdo again? That would be her third. It is on Murdo again. Now Shaylee Murdo, Hopkinton's best player. Their key to victory in foul trouble. Her third with more than a full half left in this one. Marinello's first free throw, no good. She goes through her routine without the ball, gets it back from the official. Fixed her mistakes from the first time. Marinello's got 5, that's tied with Ava Shapiro for the team lead and the game high. Cougars extending that lead to 3. Murdo to Westover. Westover looked for the pass back, couldn't find it. Now Westover blocked by Marinello. The last touch by Marinello keeps possession for the Hawks here. Just under the basket, they're attacking. Just over a minute to play in the half. No points in the second quarter for Hopkinton. The Kearsarge defense, not a single crack in the armor yet. Liz Holmes off the glass, no good. OCO brings it down for Kearsarge. Shapiro goes to her favorite spot, skips it over to Anderson, and she's called for the travel. Picked up that left foot, wanted to pass to Shapiro. Shapiro not open. Put a little bit of fuzz inside the head of Anderson. I played 1 year of basketball myself on a JV team, and traveling might have been my favorite thing to do. Can't hold it against Anderson there. Holmes kicks it out. Ellen Eaton with it here in the paint, pass over. Wilson almost got the steal. Burdett still has possession for Hopkinton. Westover out to Shaylee Murdo. Dribbles between her legs and fires one over. Mid-ranger put up. Wilson comes down with it. Still perfect defense in this quarter for Kearsarge. And now, with 15 seconds left in the half, they've got the chance at the final shot. Keeping a goose egg on the scoreline for Hopkinton here in the second. Anderson just inside the arc. Long jumper, no good. This will be an inbound play for Kearsarge. With 5.6 seconds left, they'll have a chance for the final shot. Look for Shapiro to inbound to Marinello. If the shot's not there, Shapiro's going to try and get open for the three. 3 seconds left. Shapiro's got it. Over to Ilk. Not enough time. No space to shoot. Halftime, it's 15 to 12. We'll be back in just a minute. Halftime update. Stay tuned.
The Lake Sunapee region is one of the few communities in the country where you can ski year-round. During the summer season, the lake provides water skiing, fishing, swimming, and boating. During the winter, Mount Sunapee Resort, located at the south end of the lake, is one of the most popular ski and snowboard destinations in New Hampshire. The views of Lake Sunapee from the trails in Sun Bowl are spectacular. For more information about visiting our beautiful area, contact the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back for a brief halftime update here. Defense has been the story for Kearsarge. Of course, they wouldn't have the lead without the 8-point offense in the second quarter, but how about this? Putting up a 0 for Hopkinton's offense in the second quarter after Hopkinton scored 12 on them in the first. The Cougars have gotten their first lead and held it ever since, now leading by 3. It's still an awfully close game here. Ava Shapiro and Tessa Marinello have begun to come alive. They've each got 5 points for the Cougars. O.C. Ilg still with 3, and Adara Boucher also with 2 points to her name. For the Hawks, same story as it was the first quarter. Murdo and Bishop each have 4. Paige Burdett hit a nice 3 from way out of town, but since then hasn't been able to strike. Sydney Westover also has 1 free throw to her name. You got to remember, this is a Hopkinton team that beat Kearsarge twice in the regular season. On December 21st, they closed out the 2023 year with a 44-32 win over Kearsarge. Then on January 5th, they began 2024 with a 44-40 victory over Kearsarge. Now the Hawks have to claw their way back in, or I should say talon their way back into this one, trailing the Cougars by 3. We'll be back after this brief break with the third quarter. Stay tuned.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Martin Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Innertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the state championship here at Keene State between number 4 Kearsarge, number 2 Hopkinton. Right now, Kearsarge lead 15-12 over the Hawks after trailing 7-12 following the first quarter. Kearsarge had a perfect defense there in the second. They're looking to keep that going and even further their offensive success. Hopkinton, they need to start looking more comfortable out there. They were not themselves in the second quarter, and I mean it. That was the first time all season long they didn't put up any points in an entire quarter. Right now, Boucher possesses it for Kearsarge, kicks it out. Shapiro from the college line, off the rim and out. Murdo brings it down for the Hawks. Up the court, fast break fashion. The Hawks trying to use that full college length, the extra space. Use it well. Zoe Bishop there now leads the Hawks. She's got 6 points, and that's exactly what Hopkinton need. OCO, the long two, responds in a hurry. This third quarter, I think we're going to see a lot of points. I think that second quarter was an irregularity, and now, after a little halftime chat with the coaches and the team all huddled up in the locker rooms, these two teams look much more comfortable out there now. Difficult layup, put up. Marinello couldn't get the rebound. Now Bishop has it again. Drives in, ball out of bounds. Hopkinton keep it. That one last off of Tessa Marinello. Murdo breaks the play, fires it over to Boudet. On the high post, she passes it back over to Murdo. Guarded by Anderson. Anderson has played such great defense against Shaylee Murdo. Murdo, one of the best handlers in the entire state. And Anderson has just stuck with her all game long. Westover comes up to the top of the arc and gets the pass. Now across to Zoe Bishop. Hawks offense just trying to play perfect right now, limit their turnovers, pass it successfully, and they've done it to this point. Eaton puts it up in an offensive rebound brought down by Murdo, but Marinello gets the block. Boucher comes down with it for the Cougars. OCO puts up the three, left it short. Nice chase after by Boucher, finds Marinello, and Marinello hits the jumper. 19-14. Largest lead of the night for Kearsarge. Murdo the skip across. Gets it back, still guarded by Anderson. Anderson, such great defense on Murdo this game. The entire plan for Ed Tenney's defense revolves around how much they can shut her down, and they're playing man-to-man coverage here as Murdo, from half court almost, way out of town. Shaylee Murdo makes the Owl's Nest erupting noise with a deep three. That was 7 feet beyond the college line. Now Shapiro gets her chance. That's off the back of the rim. Anderson falls on it for Kearsarge. It's on the floor. A jump ball is called, and it will be Hopkinton's coming out. Nothing will fire a team up in girls basketball like a three-pointer from 25 feet out. Talked so much about how Miranda Anderson won't give Shaylee Murdo any space. Well, if Murdo just backs up to that distance every time, I'm pretty sure she'll have the space. Here, though, lost the handle, and it's another jump ball, and the Kearsarge Cougars get it back after wrestling with it on the court floor.
Jump ball, possession, Kearsarge.
OCO beyond the arc, no good. Marinello for the rebound, gets it and keeps it over the baseline. Finds Boucher, her mid-range jumper, no good. And the Hawks come back up with it. Murdo dribbles by Anderson, works her way in. No foul on the play, but it will be a Hopkinton ball here. Kearsarge has worked so hard in the last 2 weeks, just limiting their fouls on defense, just trying to clog up space, not swat at the ball, just make it difficult for the opponent to just walk around them, dribble around them any way they can. Just putting bodies in the way has built so much success for this Cougars defense. Hopkinton back on the attack. Bishop puts up the shot, and Marinello gets the rebound. It's a two-point game. Kearsarge still out front, 19-17. Shapiro beyond the arc. Rolls off the rim, and it stays out. There's a foul on the play, and it's going to be on Boucher. Boucher's third foul. Emma Wilson comes back into the game for Kearsarge. Miranda Anderson heading over for a rest. Wilson likely the only player we'll see come off the bench for Kearsarge. They're down a starter in Jada Kendrigan, and they're trying to get by in 6. Just like they were able to do in the state semifinal against the #1 seed. Murdo, the pass inside. Bishop lost control of it. OCO gets the steal with a little bit of help from Boucher. It's a 3-on-2 rush for the Cougars. Shapiro gets blocked in the far side corner by Bishop. Zoe Bishop with a defensive gem. Kearsarge had the odd man rush, and Bishop put an early end to that play. Cougars, though, inbound. Marinello turns and shoots, but Westover gets another rebound for Hopkinton. With a chance to tie it or even take the lead with a three. Here's Boudet. Off the glass, no good. Oceillo with the rebound for Kearsarge. Oceillo dribbles right into the paint, runs into contact. And that's going to be on the defense there. No feet set on that screen. With a block, and it's got to be on Helen Eaton here, her first of the game. For the Hawks, Avery Chase back in, as well as Charlotte Taylor-Vaso. Each made appearances in the first half. Hopkinton running 3 off the bench right now. Nice inbound by the Cougars. They find Marinello, and she strikes the mid-range jumper. And she's starting to heat up. Marinello leads this game with 9 points. The first 2 times Kearsarge met Hopkinton, Marinello was not able to score more than 9 points. Already there. She's starting to really find her stride. Emma Wilson comes up with possession, but is called for the travel while setting her feet. And that's a gift for Hopkinton. They'll take it from the sideline, pick this offense back up. Five points in this quarter. The Cougars with 6. Avery Chase, the mid-range, it's no good. Out of bounds here. It's going to be last off Wilson. Hopkinton will hang on to possession. The Hawks inbound. Avery Chase glides to her right. Marinello defending, swats it to the floor, couldn't come up with it. But they are going to call the kickball here as Avery Chase tried to reel it back in her possession with her left foot. Good eye by our officials on the baseline. Anderson comes back in. Shea over to the sideline for a rest. Oceillo floats one inside. Marinello with some window work off the glass and in. She leads the game with 11 points now. Murdo, the bounce pass over. And Heaton fires it back. Wilson almost got the steal, but Murdo recovers. Pump fakes the shot, feeds one down low to the block, and gets the pass back. Ellen Heaton with it near the free throw line, and now it's Avery Chase toward the baseline. Blocked by Shapiro. Westover recovers. They might be calling a foul on Marinello here. And they are. That's Marinello's second. She's still in safe territory for the time being. The only players who have to worry about fouls right now, Dara Boucher, she's got 3 to her name. And Shaylee Murdo, Hopkinton's star, also with 3. The Hawks inbound successfully. Bishop puts up the floater. No good. Wilson with the rebound. Oceillo with it. She gets the pass from Shapiro and bounces it back to Marinello. Marinello looking for Wilson, skips it inside and cuts to the basket. Wilson takes the shot, follows it, but Westover, taller than Nyma Wilson, just reaches right over her and grabs the ball back. Murdo, the kick out, Eaton the long 2, off the back of the rim and into the hands of Ava Shapiro. She'll loft it on ahead to Marinello. To Shapiro, and Shapiro calls the play. Marinello glides across to the high post. Shapiro's got space. It's off the glass, rolls all the way around the rim, and falls in. That's Ava's first basket of the second half, and it's 25-17. The Cougars in control now. Murdo in response. The 3 airballed off the target. Kearsarge with another defensive stop. Their defense has been unbelievable. Ever since the first quarter, they have been locked in, defending every inch of the hardwood. Hopkinton need a new game plan here. They call a full timeout to try and jot it up. This Game coverage is being brought to you in part by LaValley Middleton Building Supply. With 12 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. You can take a look at all of their products and offerings at lavalleys.com. And check out Echo Communications for all of your printing and mailing needs. They're the home of the Kearsarge Shopper, where the latest YCN schedule can be found every week on page 3. And today's coverage is being provided in part by Barton Insurance Agency, where they work for you and not the big insurance companies. Barton Insurance Agency knows how to serve your personal insurance needs. And as we are in the second half with time winding down, 1:28 left in the third quarter, stay tuned till the very end of the telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game, where we choose the player that had the greatest impact on today's state championship game. Hopefully we'll also be down courtside with an interview with the winning team. Whether it's Kearsarge, whether it's Hopkinton, two Lakes Region schools that we love to follow along with here at YCN. This is just a dream state championship game for us here. Now to a timeout and ready to go again. Anderson's got the ball for Kearsarge, and now it's Marinello. She's going to be called for the travel here. Got those feet moving before that dribble started. Shakes her head, says to herself that she'll get him next time. The Hawks need to get a move on now. In the last 15 minutes, they've only gotten 5 points. Wilson gets the steal. She's up the court with it, couldn't regain control. Stumbles all the way over the baseline, and Hopkinton have it back. Wilson seems to be a bit shaken up on this play. She's staying down on the baseline. Now back to her feet, seems to be kind of favoring maybe that left leg or maybe even left wrist, not quite sure. But she'll be a trooper through this one. And she's not the only one. Remember, Liz Holmes on the side of Hopkinton. She's got the knee brace on there, the heavy knee sprain that she suffered just a couple of days ago. The senior Liz Holmes for the Hawks, treating this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity like it is. She's out there playing it like a hockey player in the Stanley Cup final. And Westover couldn't decide which pivot foot she was on. She's called for the travel. We're in the final minute of the third quarter, 25-17. Kearsarge leading over Hopkinton. Playing on the college court for the first time. Ava Shapiro launches a long two-pointer, and it's good. The sharpshooter Shapiro begins to come alive here. That's 2 nice jumpers she's hit in the half. Murdo doing her best there with some flashy dribbling, spinning her way into the paint. It does draw out the foul. And it's going to be on Tessa Marinello, and that's her 3rd of the game. Murdo breaks the play. Bounce here. Zoe Bishop lost it. OCO picks it up for Kearsarge. Waits for the offense to catch up to her. Marinello from the high post. No good. Chasing after her own rebound and getting it across the court. And now it's Ava Shapiro for 3. Splash through. Nothing but net for Shapiro beyond the arc. Shapiro now leads the Cougars with 12 points. Murdo trying to respond with a 3. Rolls off the rim and into the hands of OCO. Final time winds down. No full court shot to be launched here, and Kearsarge holding a 13-point lead heading into the final quarter of the state championship. It's 30-17. We'll be right back with the 4th.
The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. LaValley Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Intertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
The fourth quarter just seconds away. Kearsarge out in front, big over Hopkinton, 30-17. Believe me, it doesn't feel safe yet. Hopkinton have some star scorers. Zoe Bishop leads right now with 6 points. Actually, Shaylee Murdo's got 7 for the Hawks. Those two need to start really launching some three-pointers if they want to chisel their way back into this lead, because Kearsarge has just been lights out. Tessa Marinello has really heated up here in the second half, and so has Ava Shapiro. She leads the Cougars with 12 points, and she had a flurry of offense fall through for her. 2 nice jumpers from mid-range, and then most recently in the final 15 seconds, hit that long three-pointer. Kearsarge has all the momentum right now, and the Hawks searching for answers, but if anyone's got them, it's these Hopkinton Hawks. They've shown more heart in their season, battling through injuries with their star players sidelined for a lot of the season. This is a team that wants to get it done. They've faced so much adversity. Now in the final test against Kearsarge, they may be a little bit too banged up to hang with the Cougars. But Liz Holmes with a knee brace on and the fresh sprain out there to start the fourth. She inbounds to Shaylee Murdo and back underway. Murdo over to Westover, guarded by Marinello. Kearsarge still in this man-to-man defense. Holmes has it, bounces it over. Lauren Heaton skips it back across to Paige Goudet. It's going to be all about limiting turnovers for the Hawks. They've also got to get these shots to fall. That one way off the mark. It might have caught a fingertip from a Cougar. And Kearsarge recovered possession. Osceola inside, Marinello streaking down low, bounces it across. Boucher's there, it rolls off the rim, but it's out into the hands of Murdo. Murdo bounce pass back to Yeaton. Ilg fighting forward on the floor, and she draws out the jump ball, and that gets Kearsarge the ball back. All the way in Keene State, an hour from both of these schools that we're watching here on neutral ground. They showed up so well to support their girls teams here for the state championship, packing the Owl's Nest full. It's standing room only here. Boucher's got the ball. Marinello down low, couldn't handle the pass. It was right there. But it just hit off of her hands and out. Shapiro shuffling her way back down the court, telling her entire team that they just need to slow down, play their game. I even heard her say, calm down. Right now, they've got a 13-point lead to play with. They don't need to rush the plan. They've just got to enact the plan. Liz Holmes out of this game likely for the final time. She hobbles over to the sideline. And what a story for Liz Holmes. She gave everything she had this season, playing through a knee sprain. She's likely on the bench for the final time in her career. Unlikely to see her return, but she can be awfully proud of the performance she gave. She really has given everything she possibly could to this Hopkinton team. Murdo with it, near her own bench, skips it over. Eaton inside, play broken up, and Marinello gets it back for Kearsarge. 6:40 to play. Shapiro up to Boucher, now Anderson. Lots of motion cutting through for the Cougars. Nothing opens up. Osceola gets the pass from Shapiro. Feeds it to the high post and the kick out. Shapiro across to Anderson. Marinello driving against Westover, but held at bay. In some trouble now. The ball is loose. The Hawks fall on it. They get possession back. They're going to be calling a foul here on Boucher. They call her for the push. It seemed like the whistle blew after she was already on the floor, but either way, she has to be very careful now. That's Boucher's 4th of the game. Her and Miranda Anderson have played some of the best defense for this Kearsarge team. Both of them tasked with guarding Shaylee Murdo. That's probably the hardest thing to do in Division III. Murdo calls the play. Bishop opens up on the far side, not enough space to shoot. Pass over to Westover, and now Murdo, guarded by Marinello. No space between them, but Murdo takes on the challenge and comes through with 2 points. Shaylee's got 9. It's 30-19. Murdo gets the steal, the rip and the run, end to end, off the glass and in. Hopkinton have momentum. They call time to hang on to it. Don't let these cheers rain into the court right now. Both coaches actually called simultaneous timeouts. And they are going to say the timeout is going to be Kearsarge's timeout. Apparently they got it first. Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor is helping make today's game coverage possible. Bubba's Bar and Grill has a full menu of amazing seafood, land fair, award-winning seafood chowder, hearty sandwiches, and a diverse pizza menu to satisfy the hunger of any size party. Go check them out right there on Newberry Harbor. And today's coverage is being brought to you in part by Low Valley Middleton Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. They celebrate over 60 years of serving you locally from 12 locations across New Hampshire and Vermont. Give them a look at valleys.com. Teams back out on the court, ready to resume here with 5:37 left in the fourth quarter. Only 9 points separating the Hawks from the Cougars. Marinello gets it across half court, feeds Wilson, she drives and pivots, back to Marinello, open for the mid-ranger, and it's in! Tessa Marinello and Ava Shapiro starting to look awfully comfortable out there on the college floor. Marinello's got 13, and that's the new game high. Foul on the play, and it is offensive. A big recovery here for Kearsarge, who get a free stop and some payoff. That foul is going to be on Sydney Westover. It's only her first of the game. And for someone who has to guard the paint against a team like Kearsarge, that's some impressive discipline at this point from Westover. But that's still, it's going to be a costly foul for Hopkinton. Marinello across to Anderson. Ill doesn't take the shot, feeds Marinello at the free throw line. It's off the rim and out. Zoe Bishop gets it for Hopkinton. Murdo gets the ball back here, near side corner, handles her way through, puts it off the glass and in. The hoop and the horn. And Shirley Murdo puts this place into a rumble. She's got a chance for the three-point play.
For the basket, Kearsarge foul number 20, Miranda Anderson first.
Murdo, nothing but net from the line. She's got 14 points. That now leads the entire game in scoring. Kearsarge, they've got it to Marinello. Drives too hard off the glass. Westover brings it down. Marinello sprinting through that last play, just couldn't quite finesse it home. On the other end, Hopkinton working quickly and finding it quickly. Helen Eaton finally with her first basket of the game, and it's a loud one. We're back to a 6-point game here in the Owl's Nest. Foul called here at midcourt. And it looks to be on Zoe Bishop. Just her first of the game as well. This game has been played awfully fast so far. Great discipline by both of these teams, staying out of foul trouble for the most part. But Dara Boucher, the only player who really has to worry about it at this point. She's got 4 to her name. Osiog with the ball. It's on the floor, but Kearsarge recovered. Shapiro calls for the screen. Anderson sets it. They got it to the far side corner where Osiog and feeds it to Marinello. Shapiro with space, puts up the 3. Off the rim and out. It's going to be a Kearsarge ball, though. Zoe Bishop couldn't control the rebound. Under 4 minutes to play. Shapiro over to Ilg. Ilg puts up the triple, rolls off the rim and out. Offensive rebound by Boucher. Now Marinello from mid-range. Everything but the basket. Front of the rim, glass, back of the rim. Anderson in the meantime gets the steal at half court. Cougars back on the attack. Anderson's shot, no good. There's going to be a foul here on Tessa Marinello. It's going to be her 4th of the game. Kearsarge's best player needs to have some dynamite discipline now. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Kearsarge here. They've got to talk things over, calm their team down. One more foul on Boucher or Marinello could turn this game on its head in the final 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Like I said a few minutes ago, we hope to have a post-game interview down on the court floor with the winning team just after this one. You're going to want to stay tuned for that, as well as the HR Cloth Kearsarge Heating turning up the player of the game. But to hear from a state champion moments after they get the win, that's bound to be an exciting moment. You want to stay around for that. So far, this game is being led by Shaylee Murdoch, doing her best to keep the Hawks in this one. She leads the team with 14 points. Zoe Bishop second to her with 6. On the side of Kearsarge, Tessa Marinello and Ava Shapiro were heating up earlier in this half, but since then, they've slowed down a bit. Marinello's got 13, Shapiro with 12. You have to start finding the mark again because Hopkinton have ramped up their offense and made their possessions a lot faster, and they're starting to strike on them more frequently. This is a Hopkinton team that was kept to 0 points in the second quarter and just 5 in the third. They've already got 9 in this one, and there's still plenty of time to play. Trailing by 6, the Hawks bring it up. Murdo works away into the paint. The layup off the glass, it's no good. Murdo fights for her own rebound and comes away with it. Zoe Bishop now drives in the paint off the glass. Westover keeps the attack alive, turns and shoots, but Marinello comes down with it for Kearsarge. 3 chances, no damage. Kearsarge unscathed after that last defense. Final 3 minutes now. Marinello cuts down low, off the glass. With a faithful roll, falls through the net. Kearsarge extend that lead to 8. Marinello's got 15. Paige Burdette the 3. Too far, off the glass, over the sideline. It's going to be a Hopkinton ball here. Not sure who touched it last for Kearsarge, but the Hawks inbounding from the far corner. Westover's got it. She starts the dribble and bounces it over to Murdo. Murdo, the kick out to the corner. And it's going to be a travel here called on Zoe Bishop. Another timeout gets taken as these coaches need some perfect play from their team. Everyone's got to be on the same game plan here. Mike Mahoney, in his first year coaching Hopkinton, making it to the state championship. What a start to that career. With a young team that graduated 8 seniors last year. They had a lot of question marks. What kind of team they would even be this year. Preseason, New Hampshire Sports Page ranked them all the way down at 5. But here they are, the 2 seed, fighting for the state title. As for Kearsarge, New Hampshire Sports Page had them preseason ranked 1. And certainly they earned that after upsetting the #1 seed St. Thomas in the semifinal. And Tenney on his chair with his hypnotic presence trying to coach the Cougars through the final moments of this one. The entire team locked in, even the bench players huddled over Ed Tenney right now. Even if they're not going to get any minutes this game, everyone wants to know what the plan is. He's got 2 state championships under his belt, both of them with Kearsarge. They're the only state championships in Kearsarge girls basketball history. 1998, 2002. The last time Hopkinton won it, 2003. It's been a minute for both of these teams fighting out there tonight. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Murdo with a nice steal. She'll try and get the basket. Shapiro with a block, but she's called for the foul. Tough to see here if Shapiro got a piece of Murdo or not. Great job there by Murdo just to get the steal and the ball back for Hopkinton. Murdo makes the first. From the line tonight, Shaylee Murdo, 4 for 6. Second one stays out. Westover fights for it. OCL gets it. Cougars with possession back. 2:20 to play here in the game. Tessa Marinello holds it just over half court. The Cougars now stretching these possessions out, playing with their lead. No shot clock here in high school hoops. And with extra space out there on the college gym, 10 feet longer than a high school gym, a little bit more space to play keep away. Now in the final 2 minutes, Marinello the bounce pass over to Boucher. Spinning, looking for Marinello and finding her in the near side corner. Westover nearly trapped her, but Marinello escapes. And now Ava Shapiro has it. Guarded by Murdo, she'll pass it to Anderson. Kearsarge daring Hopkinton to foul them right now. This game of keep away, pretty successful, and it does end up in a foul here, and I believe it'll be on Zoe Bishop. And it is. Hopkinton, though, not left with much of a choice in that last possession. The Cougar game of keep away, awfully effective on the bigger floor without the shot clock. Holding on to that 7-point lead, 34-27. Marinello makes her way by Murdo. Pass all the way across to Shapiro. And now Anderson. Inside the final 90 seconds. Osiel with the ball. She'll drive toward the lane. Space opened up and there's a foul on the play. And this will be on Shaylee Murdo, her 4th of the game.
Foul, number 3, Shaylee Murdo.
Cougars inbound. Osiel looks for a pass. Drives her way to the paint. The lane was free. She took it. She drew out the foul again. This time it's going to be Paige Boudet with the infraction. Only her 1st of the game, but I believe that does put Kearsarge in the bonus. The 5th team foul of the quarter sends Osiel to the line for the first time tonight. Aylig misses the first. Sighs and puts her hands on her hips, trying to collect herself here for this second shot. 75 seconds to play. Aylig second in the air. Westover gets it back for Hopkinton. They have to strike early and often. Murdo with it, broken up. Anderson dives down to the floor and gets the steal. Boucher end to end. The basket, the foul. Boucher at the line. That could be the dagger. That could be a state championship steal by Anderson. And the finish on the play by Boucher.
For the basket, Hopkinton foul, number 12, Zoe Bishop, her 3rd. Team total 11.
Free throw no good. Now the Hawks trailing by 9. Final 60 seconds. Time to start pulling the trigger. Zoe Bishop high off the glass. Marinello collects it easily for Kearsarge. 50 seconds now. The Kearsarge section. Parents with their hands over their head. Students rattling around, making as much noise as possible. They believe they've done enough here. 36-27 with 42.5 seconds left.
Hopkinton foul, number 35, Sydney Westover, 2nd.
Westover picked up a foul at that last whistle. That sends Boucher back to the line. Boucher makes it. Largest lead of the night, 10 points. 30-second timeout called here by Ed Tenney. Right now, just huddling his team up,
30 seconds.
trying to hold back that smile and stay serious right now. He knows he is just seconds away from the 3rd state championship in Kearsarge school history. Whole team, arm in arm in the huddle. On the other end, there's Hopkinton. Players on the bench, feeling the emotions that come with being on this side of a state championship. Battling through injuries, they've come so far. They've faced so many tough tests, and they beat the expectations so many people around the state had for them. The Hawks to even be in this game, as battled and bruised as they've been through this season, is awfully remarkable. Shea about to shoot her 2nd free throw at the line. Kearsarge up by 10. Just like the first, nothing but net. 40 seconds remain. Shaylee Murdo with the ball, guarded by Anderson. Pass over it, Boudet, the 3. Off the rim, it's out. Marinello fights for the ball and gets it for Kearsarge. 30 seconds to play. Marinello's got it back. Murdo in front of her, she evades. Shapiro with it now, back to Marinello. 20 seconds, Shapiro with the ball. 11 points separating Cougars from Hawks. It's a certainty now. Marinello with it, the skip over to Shapiro, the game of keep away, almost complete. Ed Tenney with his fist in the air to the Kearsarge section, and the celebration begins. For the first time since 2002, Kearsarge are state champions. With HR Clough, Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat, player of the game, Tessa Marinello with 15 points in tonight's state title game. Score 38-27. Stay tuned, we've got a post-game interview coming up with the Cougars just after this.
You're watching the three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Innertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
Shapiro, the game of keep away, almost complete. Ed Tenney with his fist in the air to the Kearsarge section, and the celebration begins. For the first time since 2002, Kearsarge are state champions. Final score 38-27. Our Berkeley Stevens here wrapping up this state championship game. Kearsarge got the win over Hopkinton, their first state title since 2002.
Number 4, Annika Lapstrom. Number 5, Dana Wilson. Number 10, Ava Shapiro. Number 11, Grace Tanquay. Number 12, Jada Kendrigan. Number 14, Hannah Priest. Number 15, Madison Bennett.
I always say during timeouts during the broadcast, just the way he sets the chair down.
Number 20, Miranda Anderson. Number 21, Tessa Marinello. Number 22, Adara Boucher. Number 23, Meadow Chase. And number 31, Kaylee Backstrom. Head coach, Ed Tenney. Assistant, Darren Huff. Assistant, Melinda Lauro. And Assistant, Steve Lava-Pavillo. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Division III champion.
right, so I'm here with the Kearsarge Cougars. They just won this 3rd state championship in school history. Way to go, ladies. Give it up for yourselves. All right, first up, I want to call up Ava Shapiro. Come on up. The net looks good around you. You had 12 points in this one. You had an awesome playoff run, too. You had a season-high game in your first round. Then you broke it again in the second round, 17 points. You were locked in, 3-point shooting. How did this playoff run feel for you?
I mean, it felt great. It felt satisfying. I feel like we all knew what we needed to do, and we just executed it perfectly. There's not a group of girls in the world that I would rather have done it with either. Awesome.
Great answer, Ava. Up next, Adair Boucher. Come on up here. What a game for you. Not a ton of points, but the defense, oh my God. You and Miranda Anderson, I'm going to talk to you next. Talk about the defense, because locking down a player like Shaylee Murdo, that was your task a lot of the night too, but when you're going up against a team like Hopkinton, what is it like, the defensive mindset?
I think we just got to get low, lock down, help each other out. That's the biggest thing, you know, knowing that I have all of my girls behind you is the biggest thing tonight.
Awesome, fantastic answer. Miranda, you're up next.
Yeah, Randy!
Yeah. All right, we're talking about defense again. You're diving around on the court floor. It's an unbelievable effort. You are definitely giving it all you've got out there. What's it like to be in your shoes?
I mean, I had some big shoes to fill, you know, with Jada being out. Jada has a big offensive game. Offense is not my thing. I knew if I wanted to contribute to this team, I needed to be diving on the floor. I needed to be all over the ball. Defense is my thing.
Great answer. How's it feel to be wearing the medal right now?
It feels great. We worked so hard for this.
I can tell. I've been coming to girls all year long. It's been a great team. Tessa, get on up here. First off, is that heavier than you thought it would be?
Yes.
Yes.
It's heavier than I thought it would be.
It looks pretty hefty to me, and you had a hefty performance. 15 points for you, and this is a Hopkinton team that defended you really well in the regular season. They kept you under 10 points both times in the regular season. They beat you guys twice in the regular season. What's it like to come out here, state championship game, and get the biggest win of the year?
It's incredible. We knew from the beginning that our goal was to win the championship, and we came here and we accomplished that.
And how does it feel coming from a guard, playing as a forward? What do you think you've learned this year coming into this new role?
I've learned that I really had to be strong underneath, but clearly today I showed some of my guard skills, and I did what I didn't do in the other Hopkinton games, which was make my outside shots.
The outside shots were falling for you. All right, last, Ed Tenney, your 3rd state championship. Come on up here. So Ed, it's been since 2002. It's been a long time. Does it feel just like it did?
I don't feel 36 anymore, but I'll tell you, the win feels as good. I don't want to compare teams because they're all special, but this is an unbelievably special group of kids that just came together like nothing I've seen. We went on such a run in the last month of the season. It was unbelievable. It just kept getting better and better and better. And tonight, even when they made a run, many teams would panic because they had the lead and then it started to slip away. They just dug down. That was a great, tremendous defensive effort tonight. And we took care of the ball and took good shots at the end when we needed it. Just a great team effort. And I can't go through the whole list, but I just think when you ask a kid like Miranda Anderson to come in here in this kind of a situation, the semis and finals, and to have her take one of the best guards in New Hampshire and just defend her the way she did, and we did it as a team, but she was the head of the spear. I'm so proud of her.
All right, one last time, girls. Family on 3 for me.
1, 2, 3, family!
It's been such a treat following this team all season long. These girls had so much heart. They deserve the win. I hope you enjoyed watching. We'll see you next year.
At Wounded Warrior Project, while we all deal with the effects of COVID-19, our greatest concern is for the health and safety of our nation's wounded heroes, especially those who are at increased risk due to their service to our nation and those who are even now more isolated. We are connecting with warriors and families by adapting our free life-changing programs, including increased phone and video support and online services. The need has never been greater, and we've never been more committed. Please support Warriors today.